Hi everyone, happy Monday morning. So we are in our writing block, and today is the day that we start with our mentor sentences. So many of you have come to me and have said, what is that? What are mentor sentences? What does that mean? Well, today's the day that you find out. So when we talk about mentor sentences, we are really talking about an opportunity to more deeply study and understand the English language. So, mentor sentences, where does it come from? Well, when we do mentor sentences, we do them in steps. And the first step involves me reading to you a book or a mentor text. So after I read the mentor text to you, a pre-selected sentence is then written down, and we analyze that sentence, or we examine it, or we study it all week long. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So all of you should have your binders in front of you. You all should have your binders open to the clear tab, which is tab number 2, right? Writing. Right behind that clear tab, all of you will have this. And this is an example of what we do during our mentor sentence time. Now, you will notice on this page that the sentence being studied is written up at the top. You will notice that the book or the mentor text that it came from is written below. Please notice that that mentor text is all capitalized and underlined. Take a look below. You will see that your page will be broken up into 4 sections, kind of like Foursquare on the playground. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to talk about each sentence and what we notice about it. We're going to talk about the parts of speech that are contained or that are in that sentence. We're going to talk about a revised sentence. By revised or revision, we mean we're going to change it a little bit and maybe make it a little bit better, a little bit stronger, a little more descriptive. And in square number 4, you're going to see imitation sentence. And what we mean by that is that we take all of the parts of speech contained in that sentence and we make a whole different sentence. And I'm going to step you through each one of these pieces, and each one will take a day. So what you need to do at this point before we go any further is that I need you to take out a blank sheet of binder paper in your writing section, just a blank piece of paper, and you are going to duplicate what you see here. This needs to go on this piece of paper, okay? And this week, it just so happens that we will be reading First Day Jitters. That is the first mentor text that we read for the year. So really what you are doing right now is you are copying, with the exception of these 3 words that you see up here. Do not copy those. Start with the sentence. You are duplicating everything you see on this piece of paper. Okay? Now, before you get started, you're going to need some colored pencils to do this. And I'm going to show you why when I share my screen. Because every one of these sections is done in a different color. So let me share my screen with you, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that. When you are done with the duplication, this is what your paper is going to look like. Up at the top, and you can see where my cursor is bouncing right now, you're going to write the sentence exactly as you see it. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy, coming from First Day Jitters. You are going to, in square number 1, you're going to write the word notice, and you're going to do that in pink. In section number 2, you're going to write parts of speech, and you're going to do that in a dark green. And in the 3rd square down here, you're going to write the words revised sentence, and you're going to be doing that in a darker blue. And in square number 4, you're going to write the word imitation sentence, and you can do that in a lighter blue or anything that you have close to a lighter blue. And so again, this is what your mentor sentence page is going to look like when it's all done. This is the sample that you have in your writing section, and these are the colors that need to be used. So before I get started with actually reading the mentor text, please pause this video so that you can get this all done. Okay? All right, so again, please pause if you need to. Okay, my friends, I am going to read to you our first mentor text. And as I'm reading, what I'd like you to do is to listen for our mentor sentence that we will be studying and analyzing for the week. Again, the sentence is, Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. Listen for that. Okay, my friends, here we go. The book is First Day Jitters. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day at your new school, do you? I'm not going, said Sarah and pulled the covers over her head. Oh, of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said, and she tunneled down to the end of her bed. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before, but don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. Well, I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I hate it all, that's all. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were at home in bed just like me, Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. Sarah tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox. They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe. And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Oh, nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat. Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up with everyone. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, attention please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell, your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. Okay, my friends. Now, what we're going to do, as soon as you turn off this video, we are going to come back together and we are going to discuss that mentor sentence. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. And we are going to complete square 1 today, the pink square that says notice. Now, my friends, this is important. I do not want you working ahead on this. This is something that we are going to be doing in class together. So it will be important that we work on this together. All right. Nice job, everyone. Thank you.